So, when was the last time we ever got an Insecticon? The last time that I can remember was in Power of the Primes, and it was just a straight repack of the Generation Scrapnel, minus Reflector. Why? And before that, it was even Titan's Return with Kickback, which I sadly missed out on. And this Legacy Kickback, it's a weird figure. It seems like it'd be better for the 86 line as opposed to being in Legacy. That all aside though, how did this figure turn out? In terms of looks, it's pretty great. It's really spot on how the animation model looks, although the wings might be a little bit on the tall side. It's not bad at all though, and it does a really good job to emulate what the original toy looked like as well. The only real oddity here seems to be the pin in the chest for it to come open, but it's glued in place. So why is it even pinned? It's not really a complaint, it's another one of those, why can't you do something normal kind of things. And as far as the wings go, I'm not really worried about them breaking, and as far as I can tell, recently Hasbro seems to be using a lot sturdier plastics when they use clear over opaque. Plus, they're bug wings, it wouldn't make sense for them to be cast in, something opaque anyways. The accessories he comes with are his little rifle and 2 Energon swords, and oh man, I love the swords. Yeah, they're a little odd, but they look like they could do some serious damage if they hit you, and they can also combine it as some big, double-sided sword? It doesn't look quite right. You can also store them on the wings, but to me that looks silly, and it's not in the best way possible. It's another option you have though, and if you like it that way, you can display it however you really feel like you want. It's your toy, do what you want. Articulation on Kickback is pretty good all around. All the joints you would need seem to be here. The wrists only serve as a function for the transformation, but they can also be used to help wield the swords better and easier. And as much as I wish they could rotate, they're not anything that are super important, especially on this figure. So everything that needs to be here is pretty much present. The way Kickback transforms is kinda dead simple, and there's not anything wrong with that. Given the nature of how the alternate mode turns out, it's not something I'd say you could engineer anything super complex for, unless you want to try to get the perfect animation bug model out of this thing. Otherwise, it just does exactly what it needs to do. The insect mode is kinda goofy. Not in just the look of the toy, but generally speaking. I do like the look of it though, since all we got with Kingdom were realistic insect modes for the Predacons. So seeing this nice, simple G1 grasshopper is just a really, really nice breath of fresh air to me, and like with the robot mode, you could store the swords on the wings. Again, not for me, but it's a thing that you can do if you wanted to, Overall, this is a very enjoyable figure for me. Sadly, it's also kind of forgettable since I don't really have too much connection to the Insecticons outside of Prime, War 4, and Fall of Cybertron along with the 86 movie. Doesn't mean this is a bad figure? No, it's not what I'm saying at all. I still recommend it, it's just one that kind of goes on the shelf and blends in with the rest of my Decepticons. And honestly, that's fine. It fills in the gaps for the 86 shelf, and if that's all you need it for, great! Or if you really want to complete your G1 cast, then this is definitely the perfect rendition of Kickback that we've gotten in, well, ever. That's really all I have, so make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. And if you're so inclined, please follow my social media pages down below in the description. And with that, I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, week, month, or life, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!